This is another thing to use your luggage for. I'm here watching Grandma on the Go. Her new video's up today, so go watch that. Well, I am here just, changing out my bed sheets. It's Wednesday. Oh, I am taking care of some stuff. I already cleaned my bathroom and done stuff like that. But I just wanted to talk to you about a couple of things. I got a lot of crap over there too. I'm just cleaning. I got some cleaning to do, and then I have work to do, and then I also have some other things to do. I broke my glasses yesterday, and it's been driving me crazy all day yesterday. I need to get to the eye doctor, so I'm going to call, and I just go to Walmart Eye Care. But anyway, there's been a lot happening. But let me make my bed real quick, and then we can talk about it. All right, so this should be, or should have been, the first day, travel day, embarkation day, whatever day, for my cruise, which I was going on in March. Well, this is why you have travel insurance. So some people wonder if you should get travel insurance if you feel like kind of healthy, nothing's really going on. It's a close port, maybe. I'm trying to situate my little tripod thing here. All right. Some people feel that you don't really need travel insurance, but I'm going to tell you this is why you need travel insurance. I buy annual travel insurance because I know I'll probably travel more than once. I definitely know, even for work, I know I would get reimbursed for some things, but there are some out-of-pocket expenses sometimes when I go on work trips that maybe I would want to recoup. Like say if I've bought, if I stay an extra day in that particular city for that conference, maybe I bought a tour, or I've paid for another night in a hotel or something like that. All right, so let me share what has been happening. So essentially this should have been the first travel video of the year. Not of the year, I take that back, I went in January. It should have been the first travel video of my last cruise, one I was supposed to be on, but obviously I was not. What ended up happening was I was supposed to fly out Saturday morning around 6 o'clock in the morning from LAX. And I live in California, so if anybody's new here, go ahead and subscribe, hit the like button, share. I was supposed to fly out on Saturday morning at 6:30, and Thursday night at 9 p.m. I was in the ER. Yeah. So I was in the ER. I was there all night. I had severe pain. Didn't know what it was. I thought it was just a pancreatitis attack. I had a couple of those when I was in my 30s due to stress and some things going on in life. That's what they told me at the time, because I'm not a big drinker. I'm not whatever pancreatitis things you do to get it. But they said it can be brought on by stress. So I have a feeling some of it was stress. So I thought, okay, I am dealing with a lot of stress right now, things going on. And I felt, okay, I'm going to go to the ER. So I ended up at the ER because I knew nothing was going to help me. I went and they did a lot of tests, and it ended up being that I have had a gallbladder attack or flare-up or something. It was my gallbladder. But with that, the doctor was telling me, all the things you're not supposed to eat and things you shouldn't be doing, blah, blah, blah. And I was and she goes, I recommend you stay local. And I was like, what? The local restaurant on NCL Breakaway? Not that kind of local. She recommended I stay in the area in case it happens again. So even though she gave me pain meds and stuff for nausea and things like that happen when you have this type of thing, it was recommended that I not go on my cruise, because she said, while you could you could be in a foreign country and it could come up. I mean, I know all of it. I was just like really bummed. By the time I got out, it was Friday morning, 5 a.m., 5:30 in the morning. It was basically like 24 hours before I'd be at the airport. And I'm like, okay, yeah, obviously this isn't the right thing to do when this could happen again. And it was so painful. I did have kidney stones in my 40s. I had a pancreatitis, a couple of them attacks in my 30s. So I just basically was saying I'm getting something every decade. So in my 50s, it's my gallbladder, apparently. Talked to a whole bunch of people and they basically said, like, if it happens once, it's going to happen again. If you don't want to have to deal with this, because I love to travel and I don't want this to happen, in another country or something, just basically go to, talk with your doctor and see if you can have it, surgery, take it out. I thought, okay, it's probably my best thing. And overall, it's quality of life, because over the last week and a half, I've been more stressed about what the foods are that I can eat, where I've hardly been eating, which that has given me low energy, no energy at all, because you can't eat a lot of fatty foods. Like I should be eating that anyway. But proteins, they said don't eat a lot of proteins, and I literally live on protein. And I know there's other types of proteins, like, beans and stuff like that, but I literally, not having meat protein is very difficult for me. So my daughter recommended, to get me some, more protein shake stuff, which I do have. Oh, and that has seemed to help a little bit, but it's just been like very low energy for the last like week and a half. So I haven't done a video. I haven't put anything on TikTok. I haven't barely been on Instagram. I just don't, it's been like where you have to decide like what you have to kind of put aside while you're dealing, it's just the low energy, the physical low energy. And I think I found some things that have actually helped over the last several days that have probably been able to get my energy up a little bit. Yesterday I felt a little, I don't want to say tired because I did sleep all night, but like a little, again, that little bit of low energy. And it was probably because I didn't eat a lot the day before. And, but today I'm going to go to the store and get a few more things that I enjoy that can give me that little bit of extra boost. Avocados, you shouldn't eat a lot of any kind of fats, like good, bad, whatever. They even said olive oil, which is like, anyway. So I'm reading labels and I'm doing all these things. And there's things that I can eat that will bring a little of my energy up. I think carbs are to me, some people feel carbs give you like long-term energy, but carbs do nothing for me. I don't know what it is, but it actually makes me tired. And every time I'll try to do carbs, I try to do that, and I don't eat a lot of carbs. Again, I get a lot of my energy from meat. This has nothing to do with cruising, but all about part of that through life in my title. So sometimes things are going to have to like be put aside, and that for right now is travel and all the good food that I love to eat. I really just told my doctor, I said, I just want to eat like tacos. And I did have some yummy fish tacos the other day. They were so good. And I like grilled, just some lettuce, tomato, put all the stuff, other things on the side. They gave me like whole beans and stuff. So those were super yummy. I think I'm going to try to find some fish that I can like grill in the air fryer and do stuff like that. So little things like that. But I do have an appointment with the surgeon here in April. I was hoping to get it this week, but no luck. I will be able to see the doctor this month, and that's a good step. But I know that even if they wanted to schedule it, if they scheduled it the next week, I think that would be fine. So the goal is to have this surgery as soon as possible. I don't know when it will be, but obviously I can't get into the surgeon until April 19th. So, I mean, it is what it is, right? So in rounding this out, okay, let me talk about the travel insurance. I do not buy from the cruise line. I have heard stories where things have happened and you still have to pay for things that are not covered in that travel insurance. I mean, you really have to read the fine line, every little tidbit in there. My thing is that I don't mind paying and then getting reimbursed, and I prefer to use the company that is very reputable, been around a while. Yeah, I just feel like that's the company I should be using. At the time, there was the dreaded, C word that we dealt with for a couple of years. That was part of their rider on it. So when I went back to cruising, I thought, you know what, I really need to make sure I have something that has that rider on it. And a rider is basically just a word. It's just basically like an additional item that's included in your insurance policy. Oh, anyway, I have insurance that is year round, and I think that actually works out best for me because I also travel for work, and sometimes maybe I'll stay a night over, or if I can't, something happens like to fly home sooner as an emergency, I get sick, the family member gets sick. There's different things in my policy. I think I have like the medium policy. I don't have like the low end, I don't have the high end, but I have like right in the middle, which usually seems to work most of the time for things. When I look at insurance, that is just works for me. Everybody has their own health concerns, conditions. You can be in good health and still have something happen to you. And I always think for me, getting the middle policy seemed to be overall covered the most of what I was thinking about, and a little bit more. And then the high one, there were some things in there that I really didn't think I would need. But as I get older, that could change. And I'll tell you what I pay. So before, when I would buy individual insurance for each trip, it would cost around $80 to $100, depending on the trip, how long I was gone, everything I paid and stuff. And you put all your parameters in there, what you're doing, where you're going, what countries you're going to, things like that. And then it gives you a policy and then an amount. And it could give you different levels. And you choose. So depending on what it was, I would buy it. Then I realize, why am I doing this for each one? Why don't I see how much it is for annual travel insurance, right? And so I clicked on the option for the annual travel insurance, and for all I was doing for each trip, so if you go on more than, in my case, 3 trips a year, or 3, any kind of thing, any kind of travel in a year, like even if I'm going to LA for a couple days, that's a trip. There's expenses, there's your gas, there's your hotel, there's your food, there's it. If you break your leg, you have medical bills outside of the scope of what my insurance covers for my area. My insurance, my medical insurance will, maybe I end up at an out-of-pocket network. There's different reasons that I thought, okay, annual insurance is probably much better for me than just regular trip by trip. And it ended up being, it runs me just right around $300 for annual trip insurance. That's 3 trips. If you want to go on one big trip a year, I would say just buy your 1 trip insurance. That's my recommendation. It's my opinion. You don't have to follow it, but that's my recommendation. But if you go on 2, 3 or more, I would just look at the different costs and do what you think is best for you. Plus, I don't have to think about it. I do it once a year. I pay for it once a year, and I don't think about it for another trip. I don't have to add it into a budget item for my trip. I don't have to do anything. And that's what I like about annual travel insurance. That is the reason that I get it, is because I don't have to think about it except for when it rolls around. And then I just go in, they send me an email saying it's time to renew. I click on it, I pay it, or I review the options, because you can like bump up to another level, because I'm in the middle level and I can bump up if I want to. I currently like the plan. It's around $300. I think the next one up was like around $500. If I decide I ever want to go up to that, I probably maybe will do that. And that is my thought, maybe when I retire, because I may be traveling a little bit more. And that opens up a little bit more in regards to, I think it includes like more places to visit and higher medical, lower deductibles, things like that. Anyway, there's a whole bunch of things to think about when you're dealing with travel insurance. I'm not going to say it's going to be the right thing for you. I think everybody has to research and do their own thing. But in my case, it's actually working out really well. It was very easy to make a claim. And basically, you know, you submit your medical documents, you submit why you weren't able to go, and then they will, you submit all your, you know, invoices of the things that you've paid, you know, for the cruise. I paid an additional money for my flight, even though my flight was with NCL. I paid an additional $100 because I didn't like their flight. Anyway, that's for another story. The tours that I paid, like my end of the tours, the dining room, I paid specialty dining. So I paid for other things that, that now I need to be reimbursed for. Now there's, this is the first time I've ever done a claim in, I don't know, 6-7 years of getting travel insurance, maybe longer. So I'm not quite sure how it all goes, but maybe I'll do a follow-up video at another time and let you know how it goes, because I really don't know what is all going to play out. I just wanted to give a little bit of an update and just kind of explain like where I'm at, what's happening, and we'll probably be doing one video a week in regards to just doing some travel tips and things. And of course, I'm always looking at new items. So I'll give an update on things that I was able to use kind of around, but maybe not on the ship, but things that I had talked about in previous video of travel items that I purchased and how it's worked, not worked, whatever. Well, anyway, I'll do that another time. All right, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and give it a like, and don't forget to subscribe. Take care. Have a great day.